But I said to Tommy, can you tell me how to meet Snoop? Because I know how you do it. You do it cool. Tell me how to do it cool because I want to be friends with him.
Hey, whatever. Hi,
Did you?
stuff.
I don't remember
Yeah. And you said, I like you. Snoop will like you. Be yourself. So I was myself. And of course, I just fucking lost my goddamn shit. And Snoop stopped. And real quick, like in the middle of me being me, he just FaceTimes Red Grant and he goes, hey, you know this guy? And he flips it around and I go, and Red goes, he's cool. And he goes, all right, cool. And he's like, you're cool. It is me and Snoop FaceTime with Dave Chappelle and Donnell Rollins. But that was the night we got high. And fucking Snoop's the best, man.
So you got him to the point where it's like, maybe I don't want to be in this conversation.
He had to check my credibility.
He checked him.
He had to check my credibility.
Credits.
Yeah.
We were talking about Cat Williams, and I was talking about Pimp Chronicles, and then it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, but I knew that Snoop knew Red, and I knew that if I brought up Red, Snoop would think maybe, okay, he might know people I know.
That was smart.
But then immediately Snoop called me on my shit, and in the middle of my story, just FaceTime Red. You know him? And then Red's like, yeah, he's great. I love Bert.
Yeah, but haven't you ever had conversations with people you don't know them and they pretend they know you?
All the time.
They also bring up people that supposedly they know.
References you know you're not going to check.
Oh,
They
you
hope
know
you don't
Chris,
check.
man. You know Chris, my boy Chris. From
I met this dude
Rochester?
and he was
You're
like,
like, yeah.
he goes, we met before. We met before with Mark Wahlberg. I go, oh, cool. Never met Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, you're just like, great.
I was like, yeah. I remember.
Yeah.
I remember. Oh, you're crazy. You're crazy liar person.
A lot of people say you bring your name up. It's
that's
astounding.
Yeah, I'm friends with Joe.
This a guy I met.
And I do it too.
His dentist told me. His dentist told him he played golf with me.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Joe the golfer.
Joe the
golfer.
golfer.
Yeah.
This guy's
He's
like,
a
my
well-known
dentist plays
golfer.
golf with you.
Guy
Like,
does
I've
fucking
never
3
played
rounds
golf.
every day.
Well, your dentist is crazy. Don't let him operate on you, bro. He's gonna put you under and
I think
stick his
the
dick in your
weirdest
mouth.
thing about
Wow.
the Joe connection is people being like, can you give this to Joe?
Oh, I get that all the time.
That's the thing I get the
God
most where I'm
damn.
like, huh?
God
And they're like, I
damn.
wrote this. Can you give this to him? I'm like,
What is it, another manifesto?
Yeah, sure. I'll definitely.
If the type is really little, if they write really small, I get scared.
Or you get, the scariest is, you ever seen,
Tiny letters, like no.
You ever
if they try
seen-
to like 2 sentences in one line, like one on top of each other, I'll
do.
be fucking terrified.
you ever seen writing on writing?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
That's schizophrenic. Telltale of schizophrenia. Writing on top of writing.
What do you mean on top of right?
So like
so
you
they'll
write
write
it
something and then write
right
over
on
it.
top of it. So like it's you can't read it.
Alien.
Yeah, and then they'll be like, check this out. And so you're just like, oh, yeah, no, this is good.
I'll get this to him.
Oh yeah, this is really
Just
great.
people.
Yeah, there's some people that for whatever reason, whatever fucking happens, whether it's chemical or neurons, whatever it is that makes that shift, they're seeing things completely different than you.
Yeah. By the way, gentlemen, you all look very sharp.
Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Hey, by the way,
And cheers
my-
to Bert because it was his idea for us all to wear suits.
Cheers.
How long have we been doing these? So the first one was the 3 of us, and that was the weight loss challenge.
That's 2017.
2017, I left there. I left right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys did it right before I took off.
It was
Right
the
before you became a New York comedian.
best thing you ever
no,
did. Best
before I
thing you
left
ever
for
did.
Asia.
Best thing you ever did.
Well, shut the fuck
Yeah, it was.
up.
I
loved
I'm
it. I
giving
loved
him a
it.
hard time.
Ari changed
I'm in
the
the middle of
scope
giving
of
him a hard
comedy.
time at Bert's cock block.
All right, you know what? Fuck you.
Ari changed the
Yeah.
scope of comedy.
Yeah, he did.
I did. I united the scenes.
You did.
United the scenes.
Well,
are
you
you
would not.
wearing a
You would not know
rosary?
Andrew
What is
Schultz
that?
without Ari.
True.
You would not know Chris DiStefano.
Is that a rosary?
You may not know
I found it on the
Tim Dillon without Ari branching. Ari.
No, I reached out to Tim Dillon.
No, I showed you a tweet of his, and you're like, "That's good." Who
Hey,
is
last
that?
two. No doubt, you 100% introduced me to very funny comedians.
Hold on, Joe.
He's
Joe. You do
very
not
funny.
know the back texts we have when we want to introduce you to people
Why?
because you are the biggest
You don't like
media
recommendations?
brand in the
I
world.
don't like what?
Recommendations.
You don't.
It's
You're
not
like,
true.
I'll find it on my own. And so it's like,
Well,
fair,
I do
fair.
like to find as many things organically as possible.
I recommended Brian Simpson.
Yeah, you definitely did. Yeah.
He's the shit.
Well, Tommy's
He's the shit.
recommendations are different than me and Ari's.
We recommended Shane Gillis for a year. and
How
a half.
long did we text back and forth? Ari one time,
Why is this guy not taking this guy?
and we're like, yo, we got to send him the Toyota Isis, and then Ari's like, I'll send it. You reply, and be like, how fucking funny is this, Ari?
Yep.
Listen, I get to things.
Oh my God, you're right.
I get to
good
things in
call,
the perfect
Ari.
amount of time.
You do. No, you
It
do.
is.
I
It's
have
all
to
working well.
follow. It's too overwhelming.
Yeah.
The wave that comes at me is
Yeah.
too overwhelming. So what I do is
Yeah.
I just do my best, just stay present, think about what I want
It's
to
a
talk.
lot of information coming
It's
at
actually
you.
freeing because people are like, can you get me on Joe's podcast? I'm like, he's not going to listen to me, so no. There's no point.
I had a guy. I'll say his name.
Yeah.
Guy reached out, wanted to be on Joe's podcast.
Richard?
So
Are
fucking
you
bad.
sure you want to say his name?
Sure, I don't care. I love
Why
the guy.
do it, though?
I love the
Feels
guy.
like-
Oh, I don't need to.
Who is it?
Theo Vaughn. Wanted to be on Joe's podcast before you would have ever clocked him. And he was like, hey, man, can you help me get on Joe's? And I said to Theo, you know what? It's not good if I take you to him. Trust me. I go, trust me, you're so fucking funny. Joe's going to find you. And when you do his podcast, you'll murder because Joe loves you. And Theo's first appearance on this podcast was a
great.
monster. And I'm trust you, if I had said, like, Joe, can you take my buddy? You would have. You would have. And Theo's so bizarre that if you don't know who he is,
I almost always take comic recommendations. Like if Ari recommends someone, I almost always
Yeah, I
100%.
hate to
Adrian?
do this, Joe.
You're
We're
shaking
saying
your
Joe.
head.
Yeah, after
So-
2 years.
Yeah,
2 years.
Joe, we love you. We love you,
What?
Joe.
No, yeah.
What,
No,
having
you
Shane
do.
on?
You
Is
do,
that what
you
you're
do.
saying? No, I do. I just don't. I filter them in when I see fit. I have scientists and athletes and authors and movie stars. So there's this funnel of people, and I have to keep it in the realm of what do I want to do.
Yeah, true.
I have to.
I got to ask you one.
What?
Like, and there might not be one answer, but maybe there's a few. Have you ever had the most like, okay, I'll have him on. Like, yeah, I'll have this person on. And you're the most impressed, like most blown away by them.
You're like, they were great.
Yeah, like were you like? And it doesn't have to be a comedian. It could be athlete, actor, or a scientist. Where you're just like, holy shit, that was amazing, and you weren't expecting it.
You know what? If I mentioned one, I would do a disservice to so many of them
Sure.
that have happened that way.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there's just so many. There's so many that people recommend.
Henry
and I was like,
Rollins
holy
was
shit!
good.
Oh, he was amazing.
was like,
he was
this
on a
guy's
couple
cool,
of
you should
times,
have him on.
and that was like one of those ones where I was like, I was worried that we wouldn't get along.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause,
With
like,
Henry?
he's very volatile.
He's
He's very volatile. But,
aggro. Kinda,
yeah, but like in a weird way that I feel like
I'm glad you struggled too.
I feel like if you confront him with any aggression, he comes back at you tenfold and feels justified. You know, like I was on a radio station once in Austin, and they had this conversation with him, and they said something, and it went. He interpreted what they said really badly, and then he went
It
off
just-
on them and just fucking attacked them, and was talking about how successful he is, and it was.